Hello Meta, welcome back to the channel. Big news, Once Human is dropping its newest season, Season 3, Aberrant Progeny, on this January 21st. And trust me, this ain't just your regular seasonal update. This patch is absolutely stacked with massive changes that are gonna shake up the way we play. We're talking a fully overhauled mod system, brand new weapons with new mechanics, fresh key gear, new armor sets, and a ton of updates rolling out across the season. Basically, everything is designed to make the game feel fresher, more strategic, and way more exciting than ever before. So let's kick things off with the mod system, because this is hands down one of the biggest changes. Before, getting good attributes on mods was a total RNG grind. Everything was super random.
Hey, that's pretty good.
And players had to farm endlessly just to get a decent combo of sub-attributes. It was frustrating and, honestly, it killed the fun for a lot of people. But now, in Season 3, that randomness is finally being toned down. The system is way more controlled, which means we don't have to rely purely on luck anymore. Instead, players get the freedom to actually choose the sub-attributes they want, like stacking elemental damage plus status damage. That makes building strong mods feel way fairer and way less grindy than before. And on top of that, we're also getting something new called shiny mods. These are basically the premium version of regular mods. Right now, the max level for mods caps at level 17, that's 3 gold and 1 green combined. Naturally, a lot of players are wondering if shiny mods will unlock higher levels, maybe 4 gold or even level 20. But so far, there's no official info on that. What we do know is that shiny mods are positioned as top-tier mods, offering more power compared to the regular ones. Think of them as the elite mods that give you a smoother path to building the exact setup you want. Here's something super important you'll want to know before the update goes live. The system is actually going to hand out shiny mods as compensation to players who already own enough level 17 mods. So check this out, if you've got at least 75 level 17 mods, you'll automatically receive 5 shiny mods as compensation. The cutoff date for this data check is January 18th, so make sure your mods are ready before then. And if you're not sure how many level 17 mods you've got, just head over to the disassemble bench. It'll show you the total count right there. This whole mod system overhaul is a massive deal. Less RNG, more control, and now the introduction of shiny mods as premium upgrades. It's clear Season 3 is setting the stage for deeper customization and way more rewarding progression. Personally, I'm already sitting on around 76 level 17 mods, so I'm more than ready for this update. That's more than enough to lock in the compensation rewards. And if you don't want to stress about it, here's a simple trick. Just upgrade a level 12 mod all the way up, and once it's maxed, it automatically becomes level 17. Easy win. Now let's move on to calibration, because this system is also getting a huge overhaul. The gear workbench will no longer let you calibrate using blueprints. In the old system, you could get double elemental bonuses capped at 20%. But after the update, the new blueprints are way stronger. They'll give you attack bonuses between 33% to 50% and elemental damage between 15% to 20%. On paper, those numbers are a massive upgrade compared to the old calibration system, which means weapons are going to scale way better and builds will feel more powerful overall. And there's more, fur is now going to provide extra effects. Armor crafted with fur will give bonuses like extra HP and psi intensity, with the actual values depending on the rarity of the fur you're using. This adds another layer of customization to armor crafting, making rare materials even more valuable and worth chasing. And it doesn't stop there. Weapon accessories are also getting a big rework in Season 3. The idea is super simple, but honestly pretty impactful. Accessories of the same type and rarity will now have identical effects. That means when hunting for the perfect accessory, you just pick the type that fits your build, and you'll know exactly what bonuses you're getting. It's clean, it's fair, and it makes build planning way easier for everyone. And Season 3 isn't stopping at weapon accessories. It's also dropping brand new Suffix attributes, and trust me, this is a big deal. Suffixes aren't just tiny bonuses. They add extra effects that make builds way more flexible and tailored to different playstyles. In other words, they can completely change how you approach combat. First up, we've got the mirror suffix. This one boosts your weapon damage and critical damage whenever you attack enemies from behind. So if you're into backstab-style gameplay or prefer striking from a safe position at the rear, this suffix is perfect. On top of that, it also reduces damage taken from the front, making your character tougher against frontal assaults. Next is the mirror deviant energy suffix. Unlike the regular mirror, this version focuses more on status damage and elemental damage. So if your build relies on effects like burn, frost, or shock, your damage will scale even higher when attacking from behind. And just like the normal mirror, it also reduces damage taken from the front. Then we've got the wild suffix. This one increases weapon damage and critical damage when you're close to enemies. The closer you stick to your target, the bigger the boost you'll get. It's perfect for aggressive player or barbarian playstyles where you're constantly in the enemy's face. Plus, wild suffix reduces damage taken from ranged attacks, giving you more safety when charging forward. There's also the wild deviant energy suffix. Similar to the regular wild, but this one focuses on status damage and elemental damage. The closer you are to enemies, the stronger your elemental and status effects become. And just like its counterpart, it also reduces damage from ranged attacks, making elemental builds more durable in combat. Next up, we've got the phantasmal suffix. This one boosts your weapon damage and critical damage right after you switch weapons. The effect lasts for a duration, kind of like the mod weapon symphony, which slowly loses effectiveness over time. On top of that, phantasmal suffix also reduces the damage you take when your HP drops below a certain threshold, a low HP preset similar to lunar. That makes it a clutch choice for builds that thrive in critical conditions. And finally, there's the phantasmal deviant energy suffix. This version leans more into status damage and elemental damage. The effect kicks in after you switch weapons and then gradually decreases over time. Just like the regular phantasmal, it also reduces damage when your HP falls below a certain threshold. So if you're running an elemental or status-based build, this suffix is a solid option to push your damage higher while still giving you some survivability when things get rough. But that's not all. Let's talk about the pollution zone system, because this part of the game is getting one of the biggest overhauls in Season 3 as well. In the new update, their locations and numbers will be randomized on each server. That means every time you jump into exploration, the scenario will feel fresh and different, keeping things exciting. Another huge change is how enemies behave inside these zones. In the past, enemies used to spawn suddenly whenever our sanity dropped, like the infamous Groot that could jump out of nowhere and ruin your life. Well, that's not happening anymore. In Season 3, those enemies will only spawn inside wild, deviated pollution zones, which makes the mechanics more structured, more predictable, and way less punishing. You'll still need to stay alert, but now you can actually plan ahead instead of constantly worrying about random ambushes. And on top of all those zone changes, Season 3 is also dropping some brand new enemies, and these ones are seriously unique. First up, we've got the Devourer. This thing is absolutely gigantic, and when I say gigantic, I mean its size is insane. Despite its terrifying look, it's usually peaceful unless you provoke it. But if you do trigger it, get ready, because the fight feels straight up like a boss encounter. Next is the Hoarder. Basically, this is a creepy looting maniac deviant. It looks like it mutated right after a shopping spree, pushing around piles of junk like it's obsessed with collecting stuff. Its design is weird, unsettling, but definitely intriguing. And then there's Sonivore. This one's a magnetic gel creature that can detect sound. It reacts to footsteps, gunshots, even explosions. That means you'll need to be extra careful with how much noise you make while exploring. If you're careless, Sonivore will hunt you down fast. Each of these enemies adds new mechanics to combat, forcing players to adapt their strategies. Whether it's staying quiet, Avoiding provocation or dealing with unpredictable loot-obsessed deviants, exploration is going to feel way more dynamic. Besides new enemies, there'll also be new weapons and some fresh armor sets. First up, we've got the EBR-14 Octopus Grilled Rings. This beast comes with a unique mechanic. Every time it hits a target, there's a chance to trigger a burn effect. And once that burn stack maxes out, it creates a ring of fire that deals AoE damage to everything around the target. Basically, this opens up a whole new path for burn-based builds. And the funny part? I haven't even finished my cave build yet, and now this burn build option is already looking super tempting. Next, we've got the TC9. This gun is wild. It activates Fortress Warfare mode when hitting a target. But here's the kicker. When you reload an empty mag, you actually restore some deviant power. On top of that, if you're running a deviant, TC9's bullets transform into elemental damage based on the deviant type you've got active. And while you're in Fortress Warfare mode, your critical rate gets a huge boost. So yeah, TC9 is clearly built for players who love stacking deviant power into their builds. And it's not just weapons. Season 3 is also bringing in new key gear and armor sets to spice up your builds. First, we've got the Gilded Gauntlets. The effect on this gear is insane. It actually lets your burn damage deal critical damage. That means burn builds are about to hit way harder than before. Next is the Pivot Step Boots. These are clutch because they reset your skill cooldowns right after you use a deviant ultimate. Imagine chaining skills back to back without waiting too long. It's gonna open up some good combos. And on top of that, there's a brand new armor set called the Dark Resonance set. Here's how it works. With one piece equipped, you'll get a shield whenever you activate your deviant ultimate. With 2 pieces, you'll gain a damage boost whenever your deviant power isn't full. With 3 pieces, the more deviant power you consume, the bigger your bonus damage becomes. And if you go all in with the full 4-piece set, every time you use a deviant battle skill, part of your deviant power gets consumed to reduce your skill cooldowns. These new gears and armor sets are clearly designed to push builds into a whole new level of customization and power. And that's not all. Season 3 is also bringing in extra content down the line. We're talking about a brand new ocean map and even an FPP or first-person perspective mode. These features are going to expand how we experience once human, giving us new environments to explore and fresh ways to play. Imagine diving into ocean zones or switching perspectives for a completely different feel. It's going to add a whole new layer to the game. So that's a full breakdown of what's coming in Season 3, part of the bigger theme for 2026, Year of the Monster. With revamped mod system, new weapon, new key gear, new set armor, pollution zones, unique new enemies, and extra content like the ocean map and FPP mode that'll roll out in future updates, this update is shaping up to be one of the most exciting yet. So tell me, are you hyped to dive back into the new Once Human world? And for those of you who've been offline for a while, could this be the patch that finally pulls you back into the game? Let me know your thoughts down in the comments. I'd love to hear what you think. Alright, that's it for today's video. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll catch you again in the next one. Stay safe, have a great day, and as always, peace out.